Sam Huff, whose number was retired after the first quarter. And we will visit with Sam here momentarily as Pittsburgh takes over on offense inside its own 20 in a first down run. We'll give him about 4 or 5 yards on the carry there with Rashad Jennings. Number 75 is here. One of the legends of West Virginia sports and the state, as a matter of fact. Sam, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. You know, this is the greatest moment, I guess, for the rest of my life. It's absolutely fantastic. I never dreamed that anybody would retire my jersey. You know, normally it's quarterbacks that get their jerseys retired. And so it's just been such a pleasure. The president of West Virginia University here, the governor here, and my great friend Joe Manchin, and Eddie Passalong, the athletic director. It's wonderful to be here. This is big time, isn't it?
Oh, your name's up there forever now.
The name is up there forever in this wonderful stadium. You wouldn't even think that this is a college stadium, but it's very, very nice, and I'm really honored with it. I'm glad you guys are here.
Well, Sam, talk about the emotions of your experiences at the college level compared to the professional level. The college level, what did that mean to you?
Well, the college level, you know, is the beginning. You don't even think that you can play pro football when you're playing college. I mean, everybody now is trying to design themselves and put on weight and everything to become a college football player. But when I played here, we beat Penn State 3 years in a row. We had 36 wins, I think, and 6 losses, and we went to the Sugar Bowl. And that, I apologize to the people of West Virginia because we played a lousy game against Georgia Tech, and we lost that Sugar Bowl. And I live with that the rest of my life, you know. But that was the biggest game, probably biggest disappointment of me being at West Virginia was I lost in the Sugar Bowl.
And the measurement of first down picked up by Pittsburgh on that last run. So the Panthers have taken it out with 2 runs to the 26-yard line. Here in this second quarter, 1-point game. The difference, a missed extra point. Tyler Palko hit as he throws and incomplete. Intended for Greg Lee. Palko took another shot. Your thoughts of how this football program has grown, and you mentioned that coming into this stadium, it's nothing like the stadiums where you played.
That's right, and you know it's bigger. And Eddie Passalong, the athletic director, who played quarterback for West Virginia, and has really taken it to this level. You know, and they used to have basketball athletic directors, you know, and they just bounce the ball and everything else, and they wouldn't spend any money. But Eddie has got them to spend money. He's got it rolling, and look at the crowd here. Amazing. As cold as it is, it's fantastic. It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's on a roll, and play Pitt. It's, you know, Pitt and West Virginia have always played great games against each other.
Here is Palko rolling, and he's shy of the 30-yard line. Well, 3rd and 6 coming up. Before we let you go, that's what I wanted to ask you. Your memories of the backyard brawl. We said this has gone on since the late 1800s, and you were a part of it.
Yeah. We played better against Penn State, beating them 3 years in a row, than we did against Pitt. Pitt's always been a big, tough football team, and you know, you go head and head, and it's going to be close at the end.
It's part of the joy of Dave Wanstead coming back. He's really trying to bring that kind of mentality to Pittsburgh again.
Yeah, he's bringing the pro level back, and he's bringing it up, so that's what he's doing.
Palko going to take a timeout. Sam, thank you for the visit. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
We look forward to many more visits here and honoring number 75.
Thank you, guys.
One of the greats in West Virginia history and pro football history. Member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Sam Huff, his 75 retired here tonight. Coach Rod, neat part of this is 2 guys who went to school here at West Virginia, Pittsburgh, respectively, played in this game. First time alums are coaching both sides in the backyard brawl in 40 years. After the Pittsburgh call timeout, 3rd and 7, Palko's throw could not be hauled in by the running back, Rashad Jennings. 4th down, Pittsburgh will punt it into the wind. Well, in honor of the first time in 40 years that alums are coaching each side in the backyard brawl, our Applebee's hometown heroes, 2 guys born in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Wanstead, an offensive tackle. Rodriguez, a defensive back. Rich was 2-1 in his backyard brawls. Dave Wanstead 1-2 against WVU in their playing days. So Adam Gressel set to kick with Vaughn Rivers and Antonio Lewis back to receive. Took a long time getting out of there. Return from the 30 by Lewis. Picked up a block up the middle, and Lewis brought down across midfield. into the 48-yard line. When we talk about those two cousins on the corners, let's go back to the story of how the Pittsburgh cornerbacks found out that they were related.
It was a funeral, and my cousin died. My cousin had passed, and Darrell had showed up at the funeral. I showed up at the funeral, and I see him. I'm looking at him like, is that Darrell? I see him like, what you doing here? Darrell, what are you doing here? My cousin died. He like, my cousin died. It was a rough time for our family, and they brought us together and told us we was cousins. That's how I found out that the other starting corner for the University of Pittsburgh, Josh, was my cousin.
One of the most bizarre stories you'll ever hear. Steve Slayton runs and gains 6 yards on first down. It happened a couple of weeks before we had Pittsburgh against Louisville at the start of the month on a Thursday night. As they were telling us in our meeting, it was almost a shock.
Come on. They were kidding.
We did as well. But run support's going to be key now. West Virginia trying to get it back on the ground and grind it out. Their quarterback, Pat White, option takes it. First down to the 35-yard line. Tackled by Scott McKillop. In for the injured H.B. Blades, the middle linebacker.
Well, there's the classic zone read by Pat White. We've seen it a number of times tonight. A couple times he's misread it and just used his speed to get upfield and make a play. This time he read it perfectly. McKillop came down on the dive. He pulled it, got upfield for the first down.
11 carries for Pat White, 115 yards. Looks over to the sideline as they help the young quarterback confirm what he's seeing from the defense and if he should adjust the play or not. Gives it to Slayton. And he is stopped for no gain.
The spread, Mike, the spread offense with Rich Rodriguez, he had an interesting take.
I think we have a flag here.
Yep, on his theory behind that.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the defense. Number 41. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Chris McKillop, and the sign that one of the other officials made looked like it was a shot to the face after the play.
Mike, Rich Rodriguez told us, he said, I learned a long time ago as an offensive coach that rather than lining up in the I formation and relying on 5 great blocks to be able to spring a running back loose, why not spread the defense horizontally and rely on maybe 1 or 2 big blocks to try to get it back loose? That's kind of his theory on the spread and how he tries to spread you to run.
Slayton runs, puts his head down, and gets down across the 20 into the 17-yard line. You can tell after every play there's a little more conversation. Sam Bryant in there again. 34 snaps of offense tonight for West Virginia. 30 of them have been runs. 29 of the 30 runs have come from White and Slayton. So these two freshmen have done it for all but 5 plays for the Mountaineers on the ground here in the first 27 minutes. Second and 7 for West Virginia. 2 wins from the BCS. White with room to run. Inside the 10. Brought down at 7. First and goal, WVU.
Tackle by number 9.
Mike, when he comes around off of the play action, the boot, you're taught to be ready to throw first and then run if it's not there. But Pat White turns the corner, and even though he looks like he's going to throw, he knows that he's got enough wiggle and enough speed. All he needs is a crease, just a small little vacancy in that defense, and he's going to take off and get upfield in a hurry to pick up the first.
It's a Pittsburgh team that gives up 159 rushing yards a game. They've given up 231 already tonight. Slayton adds 1 to the total. We'll have second and goal as we approach the 2-minute mark here in this first half.
Second and goal.
What were we talking about before the game with White and Slayton?
The key, I'd say, to West Virginia is they had to get to 200 yards rushing to win the game.
They got there already.
They did that in the first half.
Yeah.
So you got to like their chances. Rich Rodriguez felt that if he could get to 200 yards rushing, that means they're controlling the clock and having first downs and creating tempo. I don't know if he expected that in the first half.
Second and goal from the 6. Designed run with White to the end zone again. His second rushing touchdown of the night. The penalty marker is back in the middle of the field, and a Pittsburgh player is complaining to the official. So it looks to be against the Panthers.
The value of having a quarterback that can run the football allows you to run the two-back offense, actually, from the shotgun, but the quarterback is the tailback. And the one-back becomes the fullback on the lead block.
That is a second dead ball personal foul, and Dave Wanstedt will not be happy with this at all.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, number 55. Touchdown is good. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
It's on Thomas Smith. Wanstedt has made it a point we saw a couple of times with personal fouls in the game against Louisville in Kentucky. He has a great dislike for selfish penalties. Penalties that cost the rest of the team, and Thomas Smith's frustration manifests itself in one of those flags there. McAfee on for the extra point. Now West Virginia leads by 8. So if Pittsburgh scores again, keep a 2-point conversion in your mind.
This is no different than a traditional team in the I formation. Look at the quarterback here following the lead block of Owen Schmidt. That's again no different than an isolation. We have an I formation, a fullback leads up in there. Nice block at the top of the screen by Brandon Miles, the receiver. And you have a speed like that at quarterback, it makes it very simple to follow a lead block, get a nice block on the edge. With that speed, you're going to get to the corner rather easily.
Pat White, a very good athlete. He was a baseball draftee of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, a center fielder, a 4th-round pick. Kirk, if you took over as a head coach and I asked you to go decide what your quarterback position was going to be about, would you ever recruit a straight drop-back passer anymore?
No. I mean, how many Peyton Mannings are out there? How many quarterbacks can you find that can get it done in that style of offense? I still like the I formation. I still think if you watch a Charlie Weiss offense, or you watch when Miami is really good, or you watch USC with Matt Leinart, I still like to see that style of offense, but I love the threat of a quarterback who can run the pro system and be sophisticated out of the eye, but also, if things break down, he's got the athletic ability to take off and make you pay for that, especially on third down.
Because, you know, for all these spread offenses and how fun they are to watch, we haven't seen championships with spread offenses yet. With great defenses and more traditional offenses to this point. From midfield with the win, the kick is going to go out of the end zone. We send it back to Reese Davis and the 1980 Outland winner, former Panther Mark May. Guys?
All right, Mike, coming up on the Pontiac Performance Halftime Report, had a little overtime in the NFL. Mayday is going to take you through a Thanksgiving feast, and we'll also have the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance.
Well, that feast, I'm going to hand out some Thanksgiving awards. Hopefully you've all had some nice dinners today. You may have to ask for some Pepto-Bismol after halftime.
Maybe so, and we'll also be able to help out Herbie with the award by the end of the night. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you, Mike.
To you guys as well. I thought we were going to watch Mark eat. I was going to say, if we were going to do that, just keep the camera here. We can watch the old Buckeye quarterback eat. Put on another traditional Thanksgiving show for us last night. Palco's first down throw, complete to Greg Lee.
What are you talking about?
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 coming up. Minute 35 left. Love to chat, Kirk, but we have...
I thought I gave a very average performance last night.
2-minute drill going on here.
Well, we have Tyler Palco looking for points.
Were you
Marty
average
Aronoff,
last night?
Yeah, very average. Marty Aronoff, once again.
Our stat man.
I can't even come close to competing with him.
Palco, nice pocket to throw, was high. Good job of holding on to it by Larod Stevens-Howling. First down across the 30 to the 32.
Tyler Palco, a veteran now, has 2 timeouts. Wants to at very least get into field goal range. Nice concentration here, picking up the first down. This is where Tyler Palco is very, very dangerous as a quarterback. He needs time to throw, though.
11 to 14 against that 3-man rush. He's had that time. With 8 covering, they can't stop them all. Derek Kinder to the 46-yard line. First down.
You want to talk about a philosophy and debating this issue is to prevent defense with a minute to go against a talented quarterback.